Today, my team will talk about our topics, which is why we should pay tax. What is tax? Taxes are involuntary fees levied on individuals or corporations and enforced by a government entity, whether it's local, regional, or national, in order to finance government activities. In economics, taxes fall on whomever pays the burden of the tax, whether this is the entity being taxed, such as business, or the end of consumers of the business goods.
Why should we pay our tax? Because government makes a law that require us to pay tax to the country. And then this tax can be used to escalate the well-being of public. This tax can also be used to develop the infrastructure of our country.
So there are four main functions of taxes. The first one is budgeting. Budgeting is used for building and developing facilities like education, health, infrastructure, and other public services. Second one is organizing. Taxes can be used as a tool to regulate and implement government policies in socio-economic, like charging zero tax for exports, therefore encouraging Indonesia's export capacity to international market. And the next is stability. Government can use the tax for maintaining inflation or deflation rate by issuing tax policies that address existing problem. The last is the tax redistribution. The main function of this is to distribute income evenly across country. One of the way to do this is to create jobs so people can get money and lowering unemployment rate.
There are many laws that regulate the tax. One of them is UU nomor 13 tahun 1945 state that tax is applied to documents that have stamps or materai. And then there's UU nomor 12 tahun 1994 that regulate land and building tax. Also there are UU nomor 16 tahun 2000 which state that citizens that fulfill their requirement must pay their tax. And then UU nomor 17 tahun 2000 regulate the tax revenue. UU nomor 18 tahun 2000 regulate value added tax on goods and service and sales tax on luxury goods. Next, there is UU nomor 19 tahun 2000 which regulate tax collection by distress warrant. And then UU nomor 20 tahun 2000 that regulate land and building acquisition fees. Then there is UU nomor 14 tahun 2002 that regulate tax court.
And there are three types of taxpayer. The first one is individual taxpayer, including those who have business, freelance, and jobs. Next is corporate taxpayer, including government and private company. And the last is treasurer taxpayers, as collectors and tax cutter.
So there are three procedures to pay tax. The first is online banking. Taxpayers need to register for online banking facilities at a Perception Bank appointed by the Minister of Finance. The bank will then provide a special online tax payment application. When making payments, taxpayers must first fill in the required data on the application from the bank. When the payments has been made, the taxpayer will receive a reference number as proof of payment. After that, the field of data along with the reference number need to be sent to the bank concerned so that taxpayers can receive a state revenue transaction number or NTPN from the bank to be used in tax reports to be sent to the tax office. And the second is depositing via bank teller or post office. Apart from banks, the post office is also one of the channels designed by the government to implement an electronic state revenue system through the second generation billing state revenue module or MBNG2 system. With the MBNG2 system acceptance pattern, taxpayers only need to show the billing ID in the form of 15 digits read by the MBNG2 system. The code can be accessed by taxpayers by first registering online at the address www.pajak.go.id. Or taxpayers can also get a billing ID on one of the channels decided by the government. For example, the online pajak application. Previously, the tax revenue system used a tax payment slip or SSP. Unfortunately, the system is inconvenient for taxpayers and the perception for post office or bank officer. Now, through an integrated system, taxpayers only need to show the billing ID to the post office clerk, and then the officer will enter the billing code without having to re-enter the taxpayer's identity, NPWP, MAB code, large nominal money, and tax period. And the last is pay income tax with online pajak. Apart from using online banking facilities or direct deposits, taxpayers now have other alternatives that make it easier for taxpayers to make tax payments. The alternative is used to the service provided by online pajak.